And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Gamers2 are now going to be taking on Bob here for a best of 3 of the winners matches. Basically, think of this as the semifinals advancement. Already we got Pushek team waiting in our finals on Thursday, but now it's going to be the winner of this to move on to that for a chance at $1,000. Second place to go home with 500 here for the Stormgrounds number 2. Powered by SteelSeries, powered by Hitbox, and now powered by Cursed Hollow, because that is currently the map. It is not Blackheart's Bay. That being said, let's take a quick look at what we do have for the draft. First pick, first ban, going over to Bob. And Bob are saying, we absolutely detest the Salami Ashalanore, and it's going to be a Kael'thas ban. They've actually banned out Kael'thas every game today. Bob, what the hey, man? All right, so no Kael'thas, that's fine. Zeratul is going to be the return ban here from Gamers2. They don't want to give Bob at all any chance to run with that Zeratul. And Bob, again, highly securing that Zagara as a first pick. Now, we got a big choice here for Gamers2. The big power 3 right now, at least in Europe, is Leoric, Zeratul, Jaina. We've been seeing a lot more Zagara, so might actually have to make that like the power 4. But if we don't see like a Jaina or Leoric in this first round pick for Gamers2, the only first round pick, I should say, I'd be very surprised. It has to be, it has to be one of those, and probably a support. If I had to guess, Gamers2, they ran with Uther one match, Malfurion the others. They're clearly comfortable on both. It's Blackheart's Bay, however, so they might just go for that Malfurion once more. You can get a lot of value out of the Moonburns, out of the Tranquilities, especially with the double warrior meta kind of coming back into the whole thing here. So they're thinking, they're actually dipping into a lot of the time. They're actually going to go for Abathur. So will this be Abathur Leoric as an opener? They're really prioritizing actually the Slug as one of their only picks here. But now they're going to give up either Leoric or a Jaina, or possibly even more if they go for their support here. Now, we don't have a support ban on either side, so it's unlikely we're going to be falling into a support trap. The only way that would work is if Bob goes double support and then bans out the other one, and then Gamers2 is stuck with Lily. But I don't see that happening. It's just not part of the MO here of either of our teams. So Gamers2, if they don't want to bite into any more of that pool time, they got to figure it out right now, and it is going to be the Uther support. So Jaina, still on deck. Leoric, still on deck. For a double tank comp, Leoric is a really good double tank setup. We've been seeing a lot of March of the Black Kings. We haven't seen any Entombs yet. Alright, what's Bob thinking? Will this be Jaina? I can't imagine they're going to let Jaina just go by. We saw Jaina Zagara last time. It was absolutely destructive. There's Leoric. Alright. Come on, Bob. And there's the Jaina. So Gamers2 let both of those slip through their fingers. This is a heck of a power early draft from Bob. Leoric, Jaina, Zagara. Alright, we have an Abathur. We have an Uther. Gamers2 now get to pick out a ban. If I have to guess, it's probably going to be Malfurion. If it's not Malfurion, it might be the Nubarak. We've been seeing a Nubarak bans actually in the second round phase. Teams don't seem to like to deal up against the bug. It's the bug that summons more bugs. No, it is going to be the Malfurion ban. So Bob coming back into this. Who can Abathur actually sit on? Probably, well, I was going to say Johanna. And a Johanna ban actually might have went a long way. But it's going to be once more an Illidan ban. Abathur, Illidan, Uther. That's kind of the dream team. So good on Bob for saying no dice to that. But now Gamers2, there's still many more melees out there for this initiation. Kerrigan. Butcher, Abathur, Uther could absolutely be astounding for that big initiation push. But Gamers2 as well. I mean, if they do want to run a double tank and then they can't go into a melee DPS because they're going to need a range. So I'm suspecting it's not going to be double tank. It'll just be one tank, Abathur, Uther, and 2 DPS. Or maybe even a specialist. I mean, Nazebo's still out there. Sylvanas is still out there. Both of them have been seeing a reasonable amount of play lately. Gamers2. I mean, I think Johanna would probably be their best disruption warrior. If it's not Johanna, it's a Mirrodin. But who to go after that? The mages are done. There's the Mirrodin. Okay. The mages are out. Vala's still ready to go. Sylvanas still ready to go. Falstad has been seeing some play, but I think that was more of a comfort pick for Janae than anything else. Tassadar? I don't think we need a Tassadar at this point. Tassadar would be good for clearing up, Creep from Zagara. Could easily go toe-to-toe with her, well, for a little bit, at any rate. But will gamers actually need that kind of laning presence? Is this where they go for an Anubarak? Almost feels like if they do go for the double warrior Uther, like, you have to have one heck of a punch for that last pick. I'm not too sure there's really anybody left to kind of pax it. 5 seconds left on their time. They are going to go into the Falstad. All right, not just a comfort pick for Janae Rodan anymore. Good mobility on the Falstad. He has the Hinterland's Blast, although not really seeing a huge amount of wind-up to it. Who is the Abathur going to be targeting then? Myrden? Falstad? Uther? Like, are we going to have a flex by the end? We're going to see like a Taronda, for example. All right, what does Bob need? They need a healer. Uther's out. Rhaegar is probably in because Malfurion's banned. So if this is going to be a Rhaegar, is this going to be a double tank setup? I think they could probably do it. Leoric Johanna, Leoric Tyrael, something along those lines. Tyrael for the AoE shields could go a long way in some of these team fights. But either way, you're basically stuck into that Leoric, into that Rhaegar, unless you really want a Brightwing, unless you really want a Lily. And I don't see that happening here at this level of play anymore. There's the Rhaegar, there's the Johanna. Okay. Johanna, Leoric, not bad, but good front line. Good luck getting past Johanna. Johanna with the Condemn, the Ice Magics from Jaina, Zagara for the setup as well. If Zagara goes for the Mon, she's gonna, and Leoric goes for the Black March King, the March of the Black King, I should say. That's a heck of a setup. Like, that is a ridiculously good kind of wombo combo from Bob. So I kind of like their draft. Gamers2, not sure where this Falstad's going. Might try to just be a duelist. If they are going for single damage, if they're going for single damage, you're going to need a Tyrael here, or an Anubarak. If you're going for double damage, it's probably a Vala. But it's going to be a Nazebo instead. They need that laning presence. They weren't content just to leave it to Falstad. Falstad versus Zagara in a lane won't work whatsoever. So they are going to acquiesce and put Nazebo down there. So with the double tanks that Gamers2 probably saw coming, they picked up Falstad. Falstad can shred down a tank. He can. I think Vala has a little bit more success with it, per se, going forward. But you're probably going to see a bit more of an auto-attack build coming out of Gamers2 and their Falstad. So what we've seen already today is Seasoned Marksman, Power Throws. Secret Weapon, level 7. 10 is the Hinterlands, and then 13 is going to be the Giant Killer. Very likely, at any rate. If he goes Mage Falstad, that's going to be very curious. But with that double tank, you need somebody with the Giant Killer, and right now the only person with it is Falstad. What kind of mule options do we have going back and forth? Well, we can get it on Gamers2 with the Abathur or the Nazebo. Will we see that though? Will we actually opt for a little bit more of a battle-heavy Abathur? The cannon shots actually don't hit mules anymore, I believe. So this is actually a really good map for that mule presence. If you have doubts about being able to keep coin control, and I'm not too sure Gamers2 is going to be able to keep this, then you might want to go for that mule at level 7. But either way, we're loading in. Lobby is now basically getting ready to go. Why do I keep thinking it's Blackheart's Bay? It's Cursed Hollow. God. I'm sorry, guys. I keep looking at the draft and it says Blackheart's Bay in my head. This is Cursed Hollow. This isn't Blackheart's Bay. So let me recalibrate my brain for a moment there. Nazebo, probably top lane. Zagara, probably top lane. You could easily do a Leoric Jaina roam or a Johanna Jaina roam. Probably not going to be any kind of roams from either side, though. It's probably going to be very solid kind of stuff. Falstad in a lane with Uther, and probably like Abathur there as well. Nazebo off into a lane, Mirrodin soloing a lane as well. Zagara setting up for one. If I had to guess, it's going to be Leoric or Rhaegar. If we want to match the push available from Nazebo, then you're going to be putting Zagara, Jaina, Rhaegar in a lane. Just leave Johanna, Leoric off to their own devices. If you don't, Zagara is likely to be soloing out top, and then we have like Johanna, Jaina, Rhaegar, or Leoric, Jaina, Rhaegar, for the tri-lane. But we are getting into Cursed Auto, ladies and gentlemen. Collect your tributes, curse your enemies, and the Cursed Forts and minions will not attack and have 1 hit point on the minion. It's a very powerful curse. Abathur for the split soak during a lot of these tributes. Bob is going to have to be very careful about who they send when. So the first few tributes, like the first 1 or 2 tributes, I don't think Bob will really put up a big front. At least they're not going to send all 5. That's what I'm getting at. Abathur in a lane demands that you kind of need to start, being there so he doesn't get a lot of free soak for nothing. And if we play the poke and soak game, if Falstead goes power throw, Nazebo has spiders, Uther with wave of light, you can get a lot of value out of that split experience. So we'll have to see what kind of things we're going to see. Is game number 1 is now ready underway, ladies and gentlemen. On the left-hand side, backcheck. Can't backcheck? I don't know. Saichu, Nicker, Leo from Korea, and Yahweh are going to be making up G2. And on the other side, Zarmini, Aethero, I can't ever say it. Aethero Angel, there we go. AD does look like Snitch, and Bakery. Can we make up the team of Bob? Bob, can you hear me, Bob? Level 1, we got Reach. Farther back, you won't be the big target of Bob as they come into this. So a little bit of extra reach goes a long way. We do got Seasoned Marksman for Yahweh on that false stat. So you're not going to see, again, any kind of big roaming. Oh, hopefully you guys are back in. Hexit is... yeah, he should be back. Yeah, reconnect successful. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. You guys are good to go. We do have Spirit Walker's Grace level 1 for our Rhaegar and Reanimation, Knight Takes Pawn. Pretty much everything else is standard at this point. Yahweh is flown into the bottom. Leo Korea is there as well. So it is going to be the Jaina, Zagara, Rhaegar heavy push. They are leaving the double warriors off to solo out their lane. Saichu into the mid, Backsec there into the top. Going to be trying to duel out. We don't have extra bodies into this bottom lane from Gamers2 because of that Abathur. So because of that, it looks like we're going to try to punish as much as we can. AD, Bakery, and Snitch should be able to consistently keep pushing in up against Gamers2. Yahweh, however, does have Seasoned Marksman, remember. So every time you push in, that's okay. He's just going to be reaping the reward from safety, well, from relative safety, of all these creep waves. Now, I didn't say, or I said that I didn't expect any kind of roaming, and we're not going to be getting any. This also means we're likely not to be seeing any kind of merc pressure coming out early for the first tribute, because the 2-minute mark is coming up, and that's when these mercenaries are about to spawn. And nobody's going to be going for them. Instead, it's going to be, again, this heavy push. We've already drained out the ammo into this bottom lane. And Bob off to a little bit more of an offensive start. Aethero Angel into the mid. He's really kind of pushing back Saichu a little bit. Leoric and Backsec is kind of just at a stalemate. They're not really making big pressure on each other. But if we can grab a tower here very quick from AD, and crew, then they might actually be able to push forward to level 5 and have that level advantage. Because it looks like if it's not going to be here, Tribute's going to be spawning at 245. And yes, it is going to be the latest spawning Tribute. A lot of grace time here for this push to grab that tower, and they get it. There's the level 5 advantage coming in. Level 4s are good for the talents. Take a quick look there. Pharaoh Heart, Spider Cluster. You got Protective Shield. We do got Flow Rider again on this Falstead. Must be something eccentric to Europe, because I never see Flow Rider anywhere else. But either way, Tribute's spawning, and it's top. Backcheck into the top lane there with Saichu. Going to try to keep Zarmini at bay. Good stuns. I don't think it's going to be enough, and it isn't. On auto attack there on backcheck. Leo from Korea throwing out the stun top at Aethero Angel. Just trying to keep these guys at bay. I think you got to get out of dodge, Saichu. Where's the jump? He doesn't have it. And the first blood. Is that going to get traded out? Zagara drop down into the bottom lane. Yahweh and Nicker were able to actually clean that one up. But it does look like they will lose out this Tribute. You see Aethero Angel's Snitch just keeping up that offensive front, and Bakery into the back is able to seal the deal. And the first Tribute into the pockets here of Bob. So a little bit of split experience. Soak lost because of the Zagara kill. But Yahweh and crew, they've lost out some of these towers. They've lost out now the first Tribute. They got to try to climb their way back to parity, and they've done a pretty good job of it. very close to level 7 by the end. And Backcheck and crew are just continuing to soak up. Level 7 has now come in for, well, Gamers2 is about to get it here in a moment. Team Bob have it now. They got some Merc pressure now pushing out mid with the Bruisers. They got captured there just between tributes. Do we have a mule on either side? Does not look like it. Nope, it's going to be the Needle Spine, and we already got the Gidbin. No mules from either side. Not really the best of maps for them anyways, but bottom tribute spawning. You already got some big interference coming in. Bakery, Snitch, and ADRD. They're going to shut down that bottom. Bakery is going for this shot, but it's not going to be enough. Over the wall, Sideshoe goes. Gets that Abathur hat there as well. Backcheck coming in from the side with the spiders, so it's not going to be quite a quick 2-0. We got Zarmany still top from this Leoric. As I said, I'm not entirely too sure Bob is going to be throwing out everybody because they need to deal with that split. And now Nicker, you can see him up into this top. He is that Abathur soak. So Yahweh and Athurno Angel, they're actually going to split out. And, you know, he did actually give up the tribute. 1-1 apiece. Wasn't enough pressure. Between the hats and the soak, it's just too much for them to deal with at this point. So they're going to continue pushing in mid. ADRD there, Athera Angel, Bakery, they're just ripping right through this mid gate, and it is donezo. Because so many towers have now dropped, level 9 has come into it. And Bob looking to win this race up to level 10. We do got some Stone Bros now to march down through that top. And finally, Gamers2 has actually cleaned up the mid pushing as well. Bakery gets some lightning shields on top of his face, but Yahweh, he's looking to put the hurt. Unfortunately, just not really landing it. The level 7 is Secret Weapon, so with that season and the Flow Rider, Falstead's going to be hitting decently hard at this point. He has 11 stacks of Seasoned Marksman, so again, you know, not too shabby, hitting a pretty good amount. Hydralis comes out, and the rest of Gamers2 is going to be retreating. Third tribute bottom, 2 in a row for bottom. So the next guaranteed curse one is going to be top. And that's exactly where Zarmany is. He is not leaving that top lane as yet. We do got the level 10 advantage coming in, and you can see Gamers2 not interested in fighting down that heroic tier. It's going to go straight over to Snitch. And this means that, you know, top lane, this is probably where the congregation is going to be holding. You already see ADRD up there. This is the only set of towers left standing. We do got some pings on top of the boss. It's going to be a quick fit if they want to take it down before the next tribute coming in. But Bakery's there, Snitch, ADRD. Nobody's pinging out. Nobody seems to notice that they're gone. Ethereal Angel's still in lane. Zarmany's up in lane. Could actually not work. No, they're going to give it up. I was going to say, like, at the pace that they're going, I don't think they could have actually taken it. And they seem to have realized that as well. So they're going to transition now down to the much easier Giants. We got a ping top saying that Saichu's leaving. Here comes the top spawn. It's right there at that boss spawn. It is the closest to Bob. That's a big advantage for them for this team fight. But level 10 is here from Gamers2. They got the Monstrosity, likely to try to push the Monstrosity bottom. Already you can see that there. The Abathur hat there from Nicker, keeping him up, but there goes the Ethereal Angel. He's going to be looking for to solidify that curse into the top. Gargantuan Avatar, Divine Shield, and Hinterland's Blast ready to go. Again, positioning is good here. Bakery into the back. Saichu has to jump for it. Popping out that Avatar. Here goes the stuns. The goods of Hinterland's on top of Bakery, but we got ADRD off to the side. I think we saw a Ma go down. But maybe not. I don't know. Falstead, he's actually going to drop into the back there as well. Too much damage here from Bob. The unstoppableness of Saichu is going to be okay for him, but maybe not. Zarmany and Snitch are keeping him permaslowed. He's getting his hope drained out as many heals as we can from our Uther. We might be able to just dwarf toss to safety, but the curse is in effect, ladies and gentlemen. That bottom monstrosity got no work done. ADRD coming down here with those Stone Bros as well. This actually could be all 3 forts in this push. That'll put us very close to 14, if not on the dot. Mid is about to drop. Ethereal Angel keeping that back check at bay. Mid fort is donezo. Bottom is donezo. Everybody's now just kind of congregating here in the mid. And 30 seconds left on this curse. The level 13 towns are into effect. The double warriors with double burning rage coming into it. Improved ice block for the Jaina. Zarmany thinking, alright, what else can I do? That top lane push is going to solidify. That will put us pretty much on the 14 money mark. Ethereal Angel looking for any kind of oppression, looking for anything sneaky going on. Unfortunately, nothing is getting done for Gamers2. 3 levels down. Zarmany might even be able to take a gate tower. But nope. Curse is done. He's just going to Wraith Walk all the way out to safety. And instead, mid, it's going to be now a transition for a steal on top of these Bruisers. Bruisers into the mid will keep Gamers2 busy. Could this be a quick rotation to boss? Saichu thinks so. He's looking for that transition, trying to get any kind of vision that he can. Ethereal Angel shows himself there into the bottom. Might be enough just to dissuade them. That Night Take Pawn does absolute work on the creep waves. But now again, Saichu and Leo, they're trying to deal with this mid push. We still got Zarmany into the top splitting as well, and the 4-man collapse on top of the boss is gonna go uncontested. That's level 15. That's a boss coming down, and we still need those 13 talents. Here we go. Finally, the next tier is available. Zarmany cutting it close on that escape. We got spatial efficiency. Alright, so it's a full battle build Abathur. Thunderstrike coming in, Spell Shield, Nazeebo with the what? The Sprint? The Ice Block? Not sure. Our Falstad going for the Giant Killer though. So the secret weapon, Flow Rider, Seasoned Giant Killer. He's looking to shred out as much as he can. 21 stacks on a Seasoned Marksman. But still, bottom boss needs a defense. That leaves us a clean slate for the top. And there it goes. It's going to drop very quickly. Level 16 is in the cards here. As Ethereal Angel still pushing down this top, they are really keeping the pressure up on these lanes. This double warrior split has been absolutely unreal. And now with that top boss coming down, we're going for these giants. Giants plus boss, already a hurt tower. This is going to be keep pressure. At 10 minutes, not entirely too sure it'll be an actual keep. You can already see, you know, Zarmany into the bottom. He's going to try to see if he can double dip. Can he take the top towers, and can Zarmany take the bottom at the same time? That'll put us very close to 17, as everything's just going from good to better to best. Right now for Team Bob, looking in superb form. The full 5-man defense is good here from Gamers. They're really starting to chunk down that boss, but the gate is already done. You even see the monstrosity there from Nicker. But Nicker's leaving himself a little bit vulnerable. The closer we get, yeah, he's going to have to get off that monstrosity. But the boss is starting to do that damage. Boss now finally done. Keep down to half. Bottom lane pushed up. 1 tower done. Possibly even another. Zarmany's here. They don't know. He's going to go for the march. Oh, but he got stunned out of it. My word. How did that actually happen? I lied. He didn't march. Okay, that's why. I was going to say, if he had somehow gotten stunned out of that march, that was a big blow right there to Bob. But it was just his normal attack. I thought I heard it start up, but it didn't work. I apologize, guys. But still, Saichu and crew, they've brought it to a 2-level deficit. But looking at 16 versus now, you know, the 13 talent tier, that's still really hard to engage. We had a tribute on the back of that as well. Went straight into the pockets of Bob. And now Zarmany, bottom lane. You could see Leo from Korea. He was just like, I can catch up, I can catch up. Nope, not worth it. Zarmany's split pushing has been absolutely unreal. And look at those level 16s as well. Double imposing presences. Good luck, Abathur. Good luck, Uther. Good luck, Falstad. Your auto attacks are basically null and void. Murden too, I guess. A little bit at that point. Double imposing, double burning. Split has been ridiculous. Big stuns coming down on top of Zarmany. He's going to just drain as much hope as he can. We got the double shield bounce, but the invulnerability coming out on top of Falstad at the end of it. There's no hinterlands return. I'm actually a little surprised about that. It was a nice narrow corridor. Everybody was set up. I guess it wasn't time. We still don't have those 16 talents. We're waiting for overdrive. We're waiting for stone third wind. We're waiting for stone form. We're waiting for everything. Here comes the leaping spiders. Finally, we can probably fight here. Stone form comes in. Benediction and venom spines for the slow. Come on, show me the overdrive, Falstad. Show me the overdrive. He's a little busy just trying to keep his life going. Yahweh doesn't actually seem to know what he wants. It can't be hammer time, can it? Could it actually be hammer time? I don't know. Next tribute's up. We don't really have the map positioning here from Gamers2 to do a big contest here from Bakery. And it's actually not going to happen. Just no map presence whatsoever. There's the overdrive ready to go. And Saichu's going to jump. He's looking for that stun. They miss! They don't hit the Zagara. The Avatar is coming out there as well, but the Maw will take Leo from Korea down into the depths. Saichu now low on the hit points, has to pop out that stone form, and now Yahweh's wishing that he hasn't thrown that out. Big clump ups here into this area. We don't have Zarmany. Remember, this is a 5-on-4. Ethereal Angel's not looking so hot. ADRD, I think, is actually going to drop, and he does. The 5, well, the 4 and a hat, I guess, with the Gargantuan there as well. It's a fight going to Gamers2. Now again, Zarmany wasn't there. He's split pushing into this top. There's nobody for this defense, and he's riding in on a creep wave. One swing basically takes it all down. They're draining out that ammo. The more pressure that they put down here, the more threat of a keep that Bob can actually do. Now, despite Bob actually losing out a fight, there's really nothing to capitalize on here. There's no bosses up. In fact, the boss still 5 seconds away into the bottom. Could have went for the bruisers, but G2 really wanted to try to defend out that top so they don't lose a keep. There's no tributes to grab. There's no bosses, and basically we're just back to the defense. We have 10 seconds left on Zagara. I'm relatively sure we can poke and soak enough to get her back into this fight. So even that death, it's not going to phase Bob whatsoever. They will find Zarmany here, though, and that could be trouble. He can't go over that wall whatsoever. Unstoppable will go down. That will be the Rhaegar here with the Ancestral, and Zarmany got to be feeling a little silly after that one. Leo from Korea doesn't get interrupted by the blind. The flashlight, as Solid Jake likes to call it. And that's now the second tribute into the pockets of Gamers2. It's small, little advantages, but Gamers2 is starting to accrue a little bit of momentum. It's level 17 to 19. They're going to be looking at the Storm tier talents. Wow, they are not fooling around. They want this Falstad takedown, and they're not going to get it. The invulnerability comes out. We don't have a barrel roll, but it's enough heals from Leo from Korea. They're going to turn this around. Zarmany has to get out of dodge. He has to use that Wraith Walk. And just, again, little incremental advantages are starting to add up here from Gamers. They've forced out some sloppy engages from Bob. Bob is kind of a little bit lower on their experience at this point. They're still not 20. They're not going to have the map positioning, I think, to engage on this boss. If G2 can grab this boss, that's going to be a fort. At least, if not the towers. All right, we got the pings going down. The Arrow Angel's coming back into it. The boss is not dropping low enough. We have an Abahat down here. Show me the Abahat, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, that numbing blast coming in from Jaina. Absolutely huge. Zarmany's going right on top of the point. The Hinterlands only hit Snitch on the back of it as well. The boss is done. Saichu has to jump on top of the point, but it's not going to be enough to keep this Falstad up. The level 20s are there. The bolt forward. Snitch takes it. Saichu, no heals. The boss is going to go over to Bob, and now Gamers2 is going to be dropping one after the other. And now Backcheck is going to have to try his best for a solo defense with Abathur against a cursed team. Where was Abathur this whole time? He was splitting into the top. He has the monstrosity pushing down on top of the fort, but his core is being threatened. I think Bob might actually have this. The Ancestral is good. It's ready to go. It's going to keep the double warriors going. And level 20 to 18 at the 17-minute mark. And during this curse, even dragging down Nazeebo to the depths. Game number 1 is going to go over in convincing fashion to Bob as they take the lead in this best of 3 to determine who moves on to face off against Puchek in the finals on Thursday. Red team win. Convincing stuff. The double warriors. They gave up the first tribute. Didn't go... no, they got the first tribute. They didn't commit to the second. They got the level 10, which secured the third. And then from there, they were able to take a team fight to secure the first curse. In fact, Team Bob never even got cursed at all. 6 tributes spawned? No, that's not right. 6, 7, 8 tributes spawned. 6 of them went over to Bob. 2 of them, by the end of it, I think, into the pockets of Gamers2. But yikes, what a ridiculously powerful way to go. Team Bob really impressing me when it comes to all this stuff. So we're going to have to see if they can keep that pain train rolling and look for a 2-0 as we're going to set up our next match here for you, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's official. We can call it, he's dead. He's kind of MIA, killed in action perhaps. Zoya's graphics card is RIP. Poor guy. He's actually had this happen to him before as well. So it looks like I'll be solo casting the last one there as well. Hopefully we'll get Zoya back for Thursday. But of course, send us any feedback there in the chat. Anything at all. There's about 450 of you enjoying this fantastic Heroes content provided by Hitbox and sponsored by SteelSeries. So when we return Game 2 of this best of 3, possible match point and last match of the day, we'll keep you all apprised. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.